A few weeks ago we introduced you to Raymond, the new musical director in church, and Raymond is up front. Everybody sees him, knows who he is, and we see him lead the praise group and the choir each Sunday. And now I'd like to introduce you to another new member of the team in Joymount, and that's Andrea, our new church caretaker. And Andrea, it's lovely to see you and be with you today and catch up with you. I'm sure you'll all notice from this video clip that Andrea's wearing her new hoodie here and t-shirt with Joymount Presbyterian Church caretaker on it. So if you see Andrea around, speak to her, or if you need to talk to her about anything to do with the church, you'll know now who she is. So Andrea, tell us a bit about this job that you've taken on as caretaker.
Well, I would go around and check all the fire alarms and make sure all the emergency lights are working, make sure all the fire exits are clear, everywhere is clean and safe. I've set up and organised the heating for clubs and organisations coming into the church premises.
Okay.
I also close and open the church on Sundays, and I'm outside making sure there's no issues outside and everything is safe outside. That's why the church car park's shut for a while, because there was a couple of issues before. Yeah. So we've had to shut half of it down, and if anybody needs it opened, they just need to tell me or the church office. Yes,
and then you can get that sorted out. And it was really bad there for a while, wasn't it? Yeah. And I see not only you, but you've got Troy involved at times too.
Yeah, he would come down with just to help me just do bits and pieces that are a bit hard to get lifted. Yeah. So sorry, he gets a Chinese for his dinner.
Oh, you're very good too. And it's lovely to see, you know, the car park all tidy, and in here, I mean, it's just between you and your mum, who's the cleaner, the place is just spotless, so it's lovely, and thank you. I came in today and the smell of polish was just hitting me, and everywhere's just looking so lovely. So tell us a bit about you and your family.
Well, I was born in Belfast and I've lived in Carrick all my life. I have two sisters, Joanne and Jancis. I'm married to Troy and we've got 3 kids. Chloe, who's working in a daycare nursery, Joel, he's in school doing his A-levels, and Benjamin, he's in school doing his GCSEs. And I would enjoy going out walking with my friend Jackie. And then me and Benjamin, we're members of the Starnocka accordion band. And then I try and keep fit at home by running on my treadmill or riding on my exercise bike. Yeah.
So you're a busy woman, aren't you?
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there. You've been a member of Joymount for a long time. Tell us what you're involved in, as well as being the church caretaker now.
I was in GB from a young age, right up to sub-officer, and then I left for a while. And then I returned as a helper in the Tiny Tots. Right. I'm also a helper in the Anchor Boys and Junior section of the BB, and I've put my name forward to be a helper in Sunday school. Okay, so you like working with wee ones, do you? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. That's good. The younger ones, yeah. Yeah, not the older ones? No. So that's great. So people will know you from around church and from being in different organisations as well, and sitting up here in the Amen pews with the family too. Yeah. So what about this job then as caretaker? What made you apply for it? Well, I was at home being a full-time mum, and now that they're all grown up, I was looking for an active job, and I seen this job advertised on the Joymount website. Yeah. And I thought it was an ideal opportunity to get back onto the employment sector and something I could contribute to the church and be part of a team. That's good. And the other team member is your mum? Yeah. So how does that go? Okay. You have to say that, don't you? No, it's great. Yeah, I know. And you're both great. It's lovely to have you here and doing those jobs. So tell us a wee bit about your walk with God and anyone who's influenced you throughout your life. Going through life in God's faith as I go through my journey's life, sometimes it's not easy, but it makes things possible. And then my mum and dad, they were always my role model whenever I was growing up to doing good things. Yeah. And they guided me and comforted me as I went through life. Okay. And then my granny Ruby, she always had good advice about life. She once said, remember to always speak the truth throughout your life, and all will go well with you and your family. Yeah. And Ruby was caretaker here too, wasn't she? Yeah. So you're following in your granny's footsteps. Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard to believe now Ruby's gone a year, isn't it? I know, that's just hard. Last week, was it? Yeah, Sunday then. Yeah. Sunday passed. So it's probably very special for you and your mum to take this responsibility on when Ruby and Herbie did it too. Yeah. Keeps it in the family, doesn't it? I know. But it's also very important to the both of you. So that's great. Andrea, is there anything else you want to tell us about you that we haven't covered? No, that's it. No? No.
So thank you, and all the best in your new job. You know, everybody really appreciates it, and I think it's something that goes on behind the scenes. And living here for the last 23 years, I know what does go on behind the scenes, and very few people know. I mean, your mum's car would have been here when I got up in the mornings, and often when I was going to bed at nights too. And I've seen you about a lot, and in fact the other week when you were out in your high vis jacket, Phil thought you were
a
council worker, and I thought, who's this woman with her really big...
Yeah, people don't realise, the issues that's actually been going on, up in the corner.
Yeah.
There has been a fire found.
Aye, and there's been a lot of rubbish dumped, hasn't there? Yeah, it's been awful. But it's just so great to have somebody like you behind the scenes, and your mum too, who keep the place tidy, and the heat's on and everything's organised. So I wish you well, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Take care.